I think what you shared, right? That India, Singapore, UK, like how did that shape you as a person? And what led you to start your own company? Like where do the dots connect in that?
I always wanted to run my own business because I thought I could. I was working in IT, and when I was working in IT, I was also representing other organizations in China and India to the UK as an agent, sales agent, various products. So I was selling products to the UK market, and I was working in IT, and I thought to myself, I should do a business in IT because I think I have capability and the skills to combine the two together. Large percentage of the work that we did was testing, and I thought to myself at that time that if you wanted to run a business, you could buy product X, product Y, product Z, and combine the three together and have the system to run a company. But product X, Y, and Z needs to integrate and work seamlessly, so that required a lot of testing. Therefore, I thought that testing would be a good opportunity and a good demand in the marketplace, and therefore I started Testhouse at that time.
And can you share one or two pivotal decisions in those period which has shaped the company and shaped like where you got to today?
Pivotal decision was actually I was on as a program manager. I was actually working at Centrica, and then I left and went to Deutsche Bank. I was very senior. So for me to resign from that job and to start my own business, I think I had a mortgage like everybody else. I had two kids in education, and I needed to fund all of that. It was a pretty lucrative work as well. I couldn't complain about the money. It was a very good position. So for me to give that up and to start a business where I was no income coming in, I think that was a pivotal decision for me. But I don't think that impacted the business per se, but it impacted my life. For a fairly decent amount of time, I did think to myself, did I do the right thing? But I knew I did, and I was always thinking longer term. So that's what I did.
Yeah, and almost every entrepreneur goes through that phase, right? So what was the driving force? Was it entrepreneurship? Was it something around the IT industry? What was the driving force that like led you to leave something which is lucrative and then persist during an initial period of like struggle or like where you don't see progress?
I wanted to do something on my own, which I could create something, create employment, create an organization. And I had a vision of an organization which will do testing, but not just for, but also across the board. Medical devices need testing, even concrete walls need testing to make sure that they're robust. So there's a demand for testing, and I felt that I could help. In the software industry itself, we are impacting everybody's lives. When you use mobile banking to pay for something, if it works really well, you don't notice it. It's a seamless exercise, and that's because it's been tested, right? It's been tested thoroughly. I'm not saying I'm doing testing for all the banks in the world, but Testhouse is contributing to that improvement in people's quality of life. You can get really frustrated when you want to pay somebody and the system doesn't work, or there's an error, whatever it is. To make it seamless is quite important. Just giving you an example of the sort of thing. We can make a small but meaningful impact people's lives. That was important to me as well.